stuff early. You will see in a second. All right, cool. So our weapon triangle right now is pretty basic. Attackers are effective against range units. Well, look who's back. Welcome Midnight, welcome in. Midnight, we sold 12 copies of Beautiful Dread out of 15. I have... Oh, wait. No, I'm going to be 10. Wait, hold on. 1, 2. Yeah, no, 10. Man, 10 copies of Beautiful Dread out of 15. That's almost all those comics gone. I just bought them, so chat has some that they can get. Oh, and I have to count, Dylan bought one too. Shout out Dylan. What was I gonna say? Hey, let's go! That's what I'm talking about! Alright, I was going over TCG stuff. Midnight, we got some donations to the game at the convention. It was about like 10 or like $11. But I'm happy people were willing to donate. People stopped by to ask questions. That's good, that's good. Same thing for the TCG and same thing for the other comics. We sold some Street Hawk. We sold some Baka Fantasy. I was giving away some stickers that were like limited time with them. So, good. Also, I guess I have to start mailing some of you guys stickers, huh? Can I mail an envelope? Do I have to go through customs to mail an envelope to Canada? We'll figure that out. And you know what? I'll probably just throw that in with the suing. That makes more sense. I'll just throw that in with suing. That'd make way more sense. I just chucked Dylan's stickers in there like that. Anyways, I was going to say. So now I'm going over some of the TCG stuff. Attackers are effective on range units. Range units are effective on defense units. Defense units are effective on attack units. Every effective in the trio is are plus 20. And then everything back is minus 20 on your attack. So you want to have the right characters in. However, there is still a penalty in my game for switching, which is for both attack and defense, you get minus 10 or HP. Yeah. So I don't really have an energy system in this game. Everything's based off your health and trying to make as many smart decisions as you can. You know, it's the first war of the month and my rent are due. Where's my money? Sure, Midnight. I'll give you how much you probably donated or gave. I don't actually know how much Midnight has donated over my stream career, but I know he's not the majority of it. So I'll give you 20 cents back. How do you feel about that one, pal? And for range units, they get minus 5. So for your attackers, you're gonna get like attack buffs up. Their attack is pretty sizable over the other two types. So larger attack numbers, and you get an auto of the main mechanic of the game, possibly here. Here's your auto of that, yes. For range characters, they get most of the static effects. When I had range in mind, I thought like Dynasty Warriors would like, all right guys, release the fire arrows, and you would send those arrows flying. And wherever your enemies were, they would start burning or whatever else. Or if you think of defense like a castle. Yeah. I say defense is like a castle. Yeah. Typically, you want to break the castle down, you throw range at it. You burn the castle. Yeah. You burn the castle. Attacks mean nothing except ramming through it, which isn't very effective because defense could just pelt you down. But range can handle it a little better. So, range is going to have a lot of your stuns. So if you're wanting to run like a stun deck, or wanting to poison, or wanting to stall a bit, you might go like range and defense. So depending on your play style. If you want to be like a crazy aggro lunatic, attack. If you want to make people really mad over long-term defensive strategies, you go to defense. Okay, I'm back. Had a customer. Did you say something after I said $30 for the sign print? Yeah, I know. We were just talking about the game mechanics. So, effective typing for attacks is plus 20 on each type that's effective, the green arrows. And then reverse is minus 20. I might make this minus 10, because 20 might be a little crazy. But that's the only thing that's maybe a little subject to change. Certain elements get certain support cards. So, stun, poison, what is this, reflect, and then shield. So each type has their little bonuses. As we go on the game, you might get characters that break the mold, who reflect the mold, who like do crazy stuff, yeah? No, that's flat 20 damage. So we're doing like Pokemon. That's a flat 20 damage. I think percentages would be crazy, especially when you learn how heavy some attack types can hit. So, out of the HP bars, attack has the middle HP. Defense has the highest HP, which should make sense. And range units have the lowest, so you're not in perma-stun, because that's not fun either. So they kind of balance each other out in that sort of way. Attack usually gets a less amount of the buff, since they already are going to kill like crazy. Defense has a decent amount of buffs for themselves, and also they have built-in mechanics. So our auto is a mechanic for the attack types. Defense get a mechanic that lets them stun opponents, but they do very low damage. So keep that in mind. And then for range units, they get more like utility stuff, especially out of their abilities. So I'm gonna get rid of that real quick. Are you guys ready to look at some of the new cards? Yes? I don't think you are. I think you're ready for like one of them. Okay, I'm downplaying the other. I think you're ready for two of them. There's one of them you're not ready for. Are you ready? Yeah? Want to look at some cards? I need some eight. Just throw some emotes. Throw me some emotes in chat. Go crazy. Just spam something. And I'll stop asking you guys to spam stuff. I know I've done it a couple times now. Oh, we'll talk about Girls Frontline. I'm not there yet. I'm saving that for a whole like quarter portion of me screaming. I talked to so many people at that convention talking about, do you know there's 4 banners? Yeah, I don't play Girls Frontline anymore. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, I just want the macchiato print. Can I get the macchiato print? Oh. No, you. I love that. All right. I don't know the rest of it. Okay, so our first one, I'm pretty sure, is it's another attack type card. Yes, it is, because I put all the attack types at the very end. It's another attack type card. Let us slowly make the reveal. The light effects. The powers surging within my thumb. The pull down. Oh, hello? What? Oh, I was on grid. Definitely Nikkei, Dylan. All right. So our first one is our Fencer, our Fiery Fencer. As for her mechanics so far, I guess I might go over mechanics of characters in a second. Would you guys like to know the mechanics? That's not that crazy. I can kind of do that later. We have our Fiery Fencer here. I gave her a little dapper hat. She's got the wolf cut. I think one of you guys in chat said something about a wolf cut like 2 or 3 days ago, like before I went in the convention. And I was like, you know what? I'll humor them. I always do my cuts. I always do my freaking bob cuts and yada yada. I'll give him the wolf cut. Our fancy fencer. Yeah. Okay. All right. For our second one, drum roll, please. Our second one is a defender. So the defender's in the mid portions. But this one is a alternate or like a little bit of a strange defender. We've got our dancer. I feel like I'm doing fate stuff. So we have a fencer and then we have a dancer. Ironically, it kind of works together as like a theme. It's kind of hilarious, honestly. I wanted my Zenji light girl, and I got my Zenji light girl. She's got a flute and she's got a slight shield over here on the side. Yeah. And the last but not least, and the one you're not ready for. You're not ready for this. So the last one I don't have is a range one. So we have 1 range. We have 2 range. Can someone make a guess? Can someone just chuck something out? What do you think this is? Because you're not ready for this. Can someone give me a guess? Except random. You saw it. You can't say nothing. Random's not allowed to say anything. Freak. People loved this design. No, it's not a defender. It just says another range unit. It's another range unit. No. Name like a job class is a better guess. I just want to see if anyone gets anywhere close to this. A sniper? That might come out with a musket one, but no, it's not a sniper. It was just so funny. A librarian. That's a crazy guess. Please, not an archer. I already have an archer. She's right here. Throw books. I might literally steal that. You got to be careful what ideas you say to me. Our last one that you're not ready for. I'm going to go really fast. Is a crazy bunny girl bomber. The freaking thing on her head. Everybody loved this design. I don't know what I showed to half of them because I wanted something mildly punk. No, I said you weren't ready for it. I needed one crazy character. That's the craziest thing I think I've made so far. If there's the fanciest, this is the fanciest design I've ever made. That's the craziest one. Bomber, terrorist, loco nut. So Klee from Genshin, but bunnified. Let's not compare it to Klee, but sure. Bombs. So that's your extra 3 in deck, and the base probably 9 that are going to be here. And there is another type of card I'm going to make that's going to slightly change the direction of what I was going to do with this game. Please don't make her special. Yeah, I would like my card game to not get run or thrown in. Maybe add a fuse at the top. No. So what happens with these bombs, you see how they have white eyes right now? What she does is she pulls them up by the ears, so the ears will come up this way, and once they do, the eyes turn red. I had this thought out. I knew what I was thinking with this. I saw the big goofy ears I gave her, and I was like, no, this can work. No. Just have her grab both of them to the edge, and then that way when she throws them too, she's like chucking them from underhand. I know. Angry bunny time. Yes. Can she have a special kamikaze attack or to destroy cards? What about the other 2 bombs? What other 2 bombs? I get what you're saying now. All right. So no, I already have statuses for a lot of these characters already thought out. These characters might get higher evolution forms. So if you guys have any recommendations, you can still leave them in the other chat. Because who knows what they might get in a later portion. But I'll read off what they do currently for you guys so you have kind of an idea of what you're going to be getting into. I just don't have them written down yet. We might end up doing this later today. So our most bread and butter basic character in here is the monk. Basically, I'll say what the mechanic is, but I won't say how it works. We'll do that. So this game has a combo system. Yeah? We'll say that. This game has a combo system. If you figure out how it works, you figure out how it works. If you do, shut the frick up. Let other people just kind of come up to it. They'll figure it out later once I tell them. So the main portion of this game is the combo system and also having the chance to miss as well. So it feels a little bit more like a fighting game. For our monk, she has 200 health currently. Her special ability is called Combo Breaker. All the abilities' names are subject to change. I just have them written down for like thought process-wise, which adds a +10 to every one of her combos. Not all characters can add buffs to their combos. On your combos, the only hit that gets buffed is the first one, or otherwise attack would be way too broken. Her basic attacks, or attack number 1, is 40 damage, and her attack number 2 is 50 damage. When I say the attackers have higher attack, I mean it. Our second one that was written, because I went by order of types, is our Pirate Brigand. She has more health. She's got 225. Her normal attack is 45, and her attack 2 is 60, so she hits a lot harder, but she also doesn't have that combo boost. Her ability is called Mad Woman, or Berserker Rage, could be something like that, where she gets +15 after being hit. That's the reason why she has extra health, so she can survive a little bit longer. And the +15 stacks up to 45. So up to 45. So at a point, if she takes 3 hits, she's a monster, like a real monster. Yeah. Our armor maid is our next one. she becomes more of a utility-like character. So our armor maid has 300 health. She has the highest health in the game currently. She has Maid's Grace, which puts -10 on all attacks on the opponent. So if you are fighting against the other person, it means that the attack type only has 30. It only has 40. The Brigand would only have 35. And then the attacker will also have 60. And also remember, defensive types on attack types will get +20. So her normal attack's only 15, and her normal attack 2 is only 20. But if she was fighting either of the other two, she would now have 40 for her heavy attack and 35 with the chance to do combos as well. Add-on defense has shielding cards and reflect cards. So there's a chance you also reflect damage back as well. Reflect's only, I think, 10 damage. It's not like reflect the whole thing. It's like reflect 10 back. So that's there. Missed the opportunity to call it War Dance. Hey, they're not written down yet. Who are you saying War Dance for? The Brigand? I was going to say. Our Dark Knight, however, also a defender. Her attack or her HP is 25 HP, yeah. Or 275. 275 HP. And her ability is called Twisted Shield. For every 2 hits of damage she takes, she gets +15 damage up. So she is kind of like a defensive version of the pirate. And eventually she can get up to 45 damage. She hits for 20 and then hits for 25. So she can be a reverse sweeper. Yeah. And I know you guys like this character a lot. She got so much favoritism. So I threw a little favoritism her way. All right. So those are our a little bit more solid characters. The rest of the characters are a little bit more tricky. We'll get to the last 3 in a second. So we'll get to the ninja, the Onmyoji, and then the 3. We'll go over what I have for them currently, but one of them is kind of subject to change. Question? Go ahead. All right. So for our ninja archer right now, range has the lowest health currently, but they have the weirdest mechanics. So range has, or ninja archer has 150 health. But she can basically stop switch-ins, or she can basically stop like switch-outs. So if you switch her in, so you probably wouldn't want to start off with her. If you switch her in, after the chance mechanic happens, there is a chance that the opponent cannot switch out for 3 turns, basically. So they're stuck sitting there with you, which means you have time to apply stun, you have time to apply poison, you have time to basically work with her. What is it going to say? Her attack 1 has 25 damage, so they're like right in between the other two. And then the heavy attack is 30, and it also does -10 for the next attack from an enemy. So, does the Maid have a boiling tea attack? Currently, right now, no. So I will say I've kept the tone of this a lot less outside of you. You're the goofiest thing here. Less goofy. I've kept it very Warrior-esque because the theme of it's kind of Dynasty Warriors 4. At least that's the vibe I was going with. It doesn't mean I can't have any jokey move names, but like all the cards are kind of metal-esque. So, and when I go over the plot summary, you might understand why I'm keeping it there. But I'll go over the plot stuff later. I won't go right now. It's Armor Knight. Are you trying to make every character balanced, or is someone broken and it is what it is? I wouldn't know right now. No one's played the game. There's no way to tell. Let's say I gave her 45 plus, right? The way this game is going to work is you're going to run 3 cards. So you're going to use 3 different members to make your team, kind of like some like Fate Go stuff, yeah? You're bringing 3 warriors with you to go to a fight somebody else. I don't know yet if having this character and then having a character that means you can't switch out because she got swapped in is going to make her busted, and then I have to change this for active character. There's no way to tell. That's a question you have to ask yourself once the game's already out. Right now, I'm aiming for as much balance as I can make, but like that's all I can do. That's every game ever. Oh my God, this That job class is broken. They didn't know that until you guys started playing it. That's just how that works. Or like with most fighting games. So again, her attack 2, -10 from attack. So defenders are very much in trouble once she's there. She's supposed to be whooping defenders' tails. There we go. Chipping down their health, so their health's not going to do anything. Can you run copy of a card? No. I want you to do different characters. Different characters. No double ups. That's a rule I'm putting down. No double ups. Trying to make everything balanced is honestly a waste of time. Yeah, there's no way you're going to be able to do it. I can only aim for as close as possible, and once that happens, it's just what it is. It's out to the market. People will break things. It's just what it is. All right, so lastly, also welcome back. Lastly is our Sage. She also has 150 health. Her utility is that active characters, so when she's on the field, active characters cannot use items outside of herself. So your opponent is basically stuck in a weird limbo state unless they switch out on her. She's got attack, or her normal attack is 30, just because her utility move is a little... It doesn't really stop the other character from leaving her stun effects, so her damage is a little higher. Her attack 2 is 35. And if the chance mechanic happens, I'll talk to that later. If the chance mechanic happens, the opponent is burned for 2 turns, and that's -20 a turn. So you have a little bit more variables on your range characters, but as you can see, they also are bigger playmakers. Not being able to switch out your opponent and putting poison on them is huge. I'm a Pokemon card player, so when you switch out for me, that doesn't take away poison. You have to use an item to get rid of poison. You get basically 2 cleanse cards a deck. So you have to be very cautious about how often you allow other people to poison you, to put you in stun, to put you in burn. There might even be a taunt mechanic later, but there's not one currently right now because I'm only getting my demo deck out of here. So if a card is dead, it's dead. That's it. Oh, Tortoise, I still need that. Yes, I'm sorry, Tortoise. I have like 5 different things people have asked me to do. I told random literally at the convention. I said, Tortoise told me to do that. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. My bad. All right, so that's it for our base. Let me know if you want me to go back over any of them. Bag, I think you popped in a little bit later, right? If you want me to go back over any of them, please ask. And then now for our other new 3 characters. These ones are a little fun and a little crazy. All right. So for the Insane, he doesn't live in Mongolia. How's the convention, Ellie? Made over 500. Pretty good. Beautiful Dread sold about 10 copies out of 15. So that was pretty solid too. Sold some Street Hawks, sold some Baka Fantasy. People bought prints. I was pretty happy with it. Just got a dialect too. So he doesn't? No, he is Mongolian. That was it. That was the only joke there. Nice. Thank you, Bo. Again, if you've not read Beautiful Dread yet, it's only $4.99, and if you have a free copy from our giveaway stuff, still let me know how you feel about it. We have different sections for all the comics I've written in our Discord, so that way nobody gets spoiled, so you don't hoe anybody. Go to the Discord, look for the reaction sections, put down your reactions there. Please don't look at it until you're done, because then you'll get spoiled too, obviously. So that's Midnight, I'll go into item cards in a second, so I'll do that in a second. Can I add a 16 to pile on that you got to do? No! Go ahead. I got to call my dad, too, because he's got some Thanksgiving thing now, and I don't normally do Thanksgiving stuff. Song request today, reminder. I can actually do that after we're done. I can't do it for the game dev stuff because I might want to post this stuff. But I can do it for that. Yeah, sure. Bomber. She's got a little bit more health. 165. Again, she is a range character. Her ability, so as I told you guys, switching in this game is painful. This is a one-on-one duel, and stepping away from your opponent usually means you are in the form of retreat. It's not a good thing. So she adds extra punishment to characters that are switching. She gives -20. So I'd probably call her move like landmines or something crazy like that. But now there's an extra 20% applied on switching, which means she can make it almost -30. So some characters, like, you got to just let them sit in there, or if your characters are already low and then they put her in here, that's dangerous, yeah? Her attack is 25, so it's not the highest, and then her attack 2, which does 30 damage, applies burn. So -10 for 2 turns. So she can chip. Like, she's really dangerous. Like, bomb explosion, extra sharp mail, burning damage. Yeah. Now, here's the 2 other ones. Her mechanics are kind of crazy. These 2 are weirder ones. You're especially weird, but these 2 are weirder ones. So our Fencer, she's got less health. She's got 175, so she has the lowest health out of all the attack characters. However, she gets a mechanic that basically is like a setup system, yeah? So every round you can choose, unless the cooldown's up, there is a cooldown to this ability. You can choose to basically skip a turn, and what that allows you to do is to double her damage. So, you get it like 1 big hit out of her for this, but her attack one is already 35 damage, so she can go up to 70 on that first turn, and her second damage is 60, so she can get 120 in a hit. So that's almost a one-shot to almost the majority of the range units that they have an unsuccessful switch in. That's not something you're going to want to do. And obviously, if you're letting her sit in there, you can build up. I don't think I'm going to make you skip items, but you're skipping your attack turn. So you're not attacking that turn. You're not attacking that turn. Again, things are subject to change, but that's still there. So, double up. Oh, I don't remember if I was only going to apply it to heavy, though. Because the issue with this game is there is a combo system. I won't say how you get your combos yet, because I want that to still be up in the air. But there's a combo system. So heavy attacks are not affected by combo, because that would be freaking broken, and the attack characters would be the most broken characters in the game. But your attack one, so your light attacks, I know it just says attack one, but your light attacks have the chance to be multiplied times 1, times 2, or times 3 if you're lucky. Yeah. So if you were, let's say she's got her 35 hit, right? She's got a 35, 70. Like, we're getting to stupid levels. Yeah. Defensive types, the other mechanic I haven't talked about. Defensive types, chip out 10, chip out 10, chip out 10. It's really chip out 30. Oh no, it's like, there we go. Chip out your 10. Yeah. So this one just gets a -20. And this would be 30, and this would be 30. So attackers are mildly shut down on defense. I'm doing a pretty decent job on balancing as much as I can. It won't be balanced fully. We'll see which one's the most broken one, and then which decks I have to release to fix it. So yada yada. And by fix it, I mean move it over to another end, and then move it over to another end, like they do in every freaking game ever. But so they can get chipped out basically. Outside of the heavy attacks are just 1 big hit. Yeah. So her double gives her that chance for 120, a big swing. That's still -100. Unless they're shielding or have anything else up, that's -100 damage on the defensive type. So she's a big hitter. The turn skip is kind of necessary. It should be ridiculous. It should be absolutely broken. So that's there. And then our dancer. So she's very specific. She has 250 health because she had the most health in the game. This would be busted. She's got 250 health. Her ability is to dodge at every turn that is a multiple of 2. So turn 1, you can hit her. Turn 2, miss. Turn 3, you can hit her. Turn 4, miss. Turn 5, you can hit her. Turn 6, miss. The nice part is her attack is only 10 and 15. However, on her second attack, she has a 50-50 chance, depending on the chance mechanic. She has a 50-50 chance to reflect back at least like an extra, like 10 damage? Yeah. So she is kind of the Fire Emblem equivalent to an evasion tank. So here we have our like solid actual just tank. Here we have our revenge tank. So it does damage back because she's our Dark Knight. And then here we have our evasion tank. Here we have our like standard attacker or combo monster a little bit. Standard attacker. She is the most Ryu of the game, like unironically, she's the most Ryu of the game. We have our revenge attacker. And then like our slow sweeper. And then here we have our like, I don't know, would you say like turn buff attacker or something? And then for our stunners right now, we have with switch, utility, switch and like poison. We have no item use and burn. No items and burn. And then we have switch and burn. Or switch damage and burn. Oh, you know what? Freak this. There's a better term for this. For all my Pokemon people, we have our Stealth Rocks. We have our Stealth Rocks and burn. Yeah. So everybody here has kind of a unique role. Remember, your decks will be teams of 3 characters. The only thing you might get added into this is a 4th one, but we'll talk about that mechanic once I have it done. So there might be a 4th. It won't be a 4th out of these ones though. You'll see when we get there. So 3 characters. You choose how you want run your deck. There's no rules on your deck, like what characters you can bring with what outside of no dupes. So no duplicates. But you can run whatever character you want with who. I think the card deck size right now is 15 cards. We'll see if I expand that to like 20 cards at some point. Pocket TCG works with about 20. Like 16 cards that are not character cards. Even less, maybe sometimes like 12. This game is very character heavy and not deck heavy. So some games you guys play are very like, you throw a character out and you guys are going card to card to card to card to card to card to card. And other games are kind of like, you're going from move to move to move to move to move, and mine is move to move. All right, I can talk about the items because Midnight asked. I think they're underneath here, like all of them. Mana base system, no, a lot of it's off your health. You can get in and start doing damage like earlier. So multiple cards here. You guys rate the art I've done for all of these. I haven't drawn as many items before. That is here. So these are item cards. Item cards. We got a decent amount at start. Attack your life points directly. Yep. Okay. So here we have our fire orb. This goes to the attackers. So whenever you see this logo on a support cards have a larger frame here. So they're wider up. The background of the fire or whatever element I have back here is white. Yes, so item and support cards have a white background. But if they have the coloration up here, these are support cards. So support cards go to their types. Yes. Go to their types. So this is a card for your attackers. This is a card for your range units. Yeah. This is a card for your defenders. And there will be buff cards that are just regular item cards. I just have not gotten to them yet. So like I'm probably going to make some taunt cards. I'm probably going to make some other freaking usage cards. I'll just double it since oh, I can't double it because I wrote it on top. Okay, well, that doesn't matter. You get the gist. Attack. Also, hello, Darius. How you doing? Range. Defense. So that's there, and then the basic white cards here that are full white on their thing. These are just item cards. They can be used more freely. So the item. Hello, Pride. How you doing? Ooh. We've been going through a lot of mechanics and talking about the characters, Pride. Let me know if you want me to go back over the character cards. I know you actually like TCGs, so let me know. All right, so this first one is your attack up card. You're basically just buffing your attack. So attackers can go a little bit more crazy. Yay, hit harder. Simple, easy. This is your like electric stun. So like fire orb. We have here, yeah. Fire orb. When they hold this fire orb, their attack goes up by 10. Here we have our stun cards. So this one stuns the opponent for a whole turn. They cannot attack you for a turn. So, one stun, turn stop. This allows range units to bully defensive units a little bit more. So that's there. And then this is your shielding card. So just like the attack gets a +10, this is plus on your shielding, so you're a little safer. I don't know yet if defense is going to get regen. And the only reason why I say that is because if I give them regen, that makes the whole switch mechanic hurt less for them, or I'd have to up the amount of damage they take from or that and then come back. So if I do regen, it might be a character-specific ability. The next one, this gets rid of the chance system for attackers. So if you're worried about missing, this one at least gives you a +2 attacks. You can get your guaranteed 2 from this combo card. Yeah. This is a poison dart. So this one gives you poison. Poison cannot be cleansed off of switching. No switch. You have to use your cleansing card to get rid of it. So it's -10 a turn. -10 a turn. Puts poison on the enemy opponent. There was one other portion of this I can't remember right now. Oh, poison is not active, though, if they're switched out. So if they're switched out and in the back, they won't be poisoned. It's only when they're active. So poison is an active mechanic. They must be active for it. And then here is your reflect. This is a guaranteed reflect. The opponent will now hit or get hit back with 10 damage of whatever attack. So if they hit you with anything, they get -10 back. Think of this like Rocky Helmet, almost. Like Rocky Helmet in Pokemon. Yeah. The 10 back. Outside of this, we have some of our basic moves. So we have our healing mechanic. This is +30. It's either +30 or +50. So you get your meat buns, because Dynasty Warriors, meat buttons are healing items. So heals. Yeah. After that, we have our cleansing waterfall. This kanji means waterfall. This cleanses status elements. All status elements. So this is your cleanse. Cleanse all. Items will probably be like 2 per deck. So 2 here, 2 here. This, however, is the item Midnight was asking for. So that's the reason why I didn't say anything. So, in this game, you have a chance, only 1 card in your deck for this. You get 1 revive. And that revive brings people back at 50%. So you get 1 revive card out of your deck. Yeah? It's Emerald is like a symbol for revitalization. They're opening their eye again. So there is a chance for that. And then this is a simple, we call this tactical maneuvers. Tactical maneuvers. Movement. I can't spell it right now. Tactical movements. And this is your draw 2 card. So you can get your deck moving a little bit faster. I was going to have a rule about holding only 5 cards a deck, but that feels like that works better for the digital game than the real game. So I'll probably just let you keep going in your cards. I probably won't actually put a limit on it. It was going to be 5 a hand, but I don't know if I can actually make that work. I could do like 7. You just can't use a draw card until you lose 2. But I don't know. That feels like too much to think about. So right now I'm leaning towards you just draw your cards if you got it. So yeah. There's all your item cards currently right now. These are all the characters in... Where is it? No chance catches. Nope, wrong one again. Nope, wrong one again. Nope, wrong one again. Nope, wrong one again. How'd I do this like 3 times? Oh, there we go. Sorry, I had it over. All your attackers, switch and poisoning, basically, or switch denial and poison. Your solid actual tank. Standard attack. Oh, I guess tank and... I'm still thinking Pokemon. Intimidate, so minus attack 2, minus 10 attack. So defense and intimidate. Standard attacker and comboer, because she's the one character that gets like buffs off her combos. No items and burn, so item denial and burn damage and decent damage too. She still has a little bit more damage. We have our late game tank sweeper, good health, yeah. We can get 45 plus later. We have our revenge attacker, so she can eat some damage and then just rip it and go crazy. We have our switch in and burn, so stealth rocks and burns. It hurts to switch. You can't switch as much. You don't want to. We have our crazy evasion fire emblem dance girl. And then we have our stack your attack turn movement. Now, we'll see if turn movement gets too predictable, right? These characters are very turn dependent. Less you, but still. So we'll see if that becomes a mechanic that's not as useful. And yada, 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 yada. But you do have some characters that stun. Who knows if you run Fencer and then you were to run the Ninja together, right? Because the Ninja has the ability that stops people from switching for 3 turns. Yeah? So you switch to her. You switch back over to your Fencer. You wait a turn. You get the hit. Who knows? Like, I don't know yet. I gotta see what you guys do. Some of you guys are crazy. Some of you guys I'm gonna give this to and you're gonna break the game. And I'm gonna have to rewrite everything. So, yeah. Any questions? Any more questions? I think I've thought about this a lot more than I probably shouldn't have been able to in a week. Any questions? I'm debating getting the first cards printed on some card stock just so I can practice playing it like demo-wise and see how it flows. Pretty solid. Yeah, we haven't even talked about the secret mechanic yet. I haven't added in. So, that's there. I gotta write down every card's information, and that way people have a better idea what's going on. Does Sword Girl have good... Why do I know that name, and I don't know what the frick you're talking about right now? I know that freaking name. I can hear it out loud when I read it. Potential. Whose move is that? Why do I know that name? Oh, I guess I can talk about the story a little bit more. So, the reason why I've gone with like the darker aesthetic to some degree. Oh, it's freaking Ichigo's. You're right. There we go. I was like, I swear I've heard it already. What the freak did Dylan just say? Why did Satsuki said the Suin candy eating after? That's so freaking stupid. All right, what does it do? Right now it's just gonna be turn per turn. It's just character turn per turn. Unless I make characters who basically like who change the thing. No, it's still probably gonna be turn order. Eventually, we might get characters that like turns around. Yes, but I'd still need the turn counter to be normal, or else characters like the dancer are gonna get mad confusing. Because Suwon's a sweet girl, don't lie to us like that. As for who gets to choose to go first, there'll probably be normal basic rules. Sometimes that's just house rules. I feel like half these games end up becoming house rules. No one cares. What is like Bakugan or Pokemon? Isn't it like whoever's the oldest gets to go first or goes last? If you're the oldest player, you go last, and if you're the youngest player, you go first. And then after that, it's just like whoever wins, and then whoever loses goes first. Heck, the most simple one just be a coin flip. Do your coin flip. I guess I'll say this now. My game's gonna have a dice mechanic, so it's dice mechanic wise. So I guess whoever rolls the highest, whoever rolls the highest gets to go first. Or gets to choose if they want to go first. I guess that's also important too. You can choose whether or not you want to go first. We'll do some of that. That makes it a little bit more fun, like a boxing match. There's some game, I don't remember what game, but there's a game that they were like, if you're the oldest, you go first. I might be thinking of less of a TCG though, but who knows? Pretty sure it's fun. So as you can see here, I don't have a map layout yet. This is just me putting cards down to see how it feels. There's gonna be an item here I kind of want, but I won't say what that is yet. We'll go, so here's your active card. Here's your active card. Your opponent's active card will be facing them. This is only for the sake of the demonstration. So there's their active card, both active cards. You get to hide your team, so you get to have that mystery angle, so people don't know what you're going to run. Obviously, if you're known for playing certain cards, people are probably going to know what you're running, but you at least have some secret here, so people can't just figure you out immediately, like most decks. So there you go. There's your other two members of your team. Here's your hand. So I had 5 cards here, but again, I might let you guys, if you have a draw too, you can just keep going. But your base should be 5 cards. Here is your deck, so you can draw your cards from. Here's the opponent's extra cards. Here's your opponent's hand. I think it's pretty simple to follow. I think the only thing that might get confusing is rules, but so far I think this is easy to follow. Have I lost any of you guys yet? You get lost yet? And then I have like what I think a starter deck is going to include. So that's going to be a thing too. The starter decks are included. The only mechanics I haven't done yet is taunt. Taunt might keep characters from running away, but I obviously have to make sure it's not broken for stun users. Like if they already have stun, I'm gonna feel like I'm 100% lost until I read everything. You're not gonna or play it. Not gonna lie. That's fair. That's fair. I feel the same way. It looks simple enough and fun. Let's go. I'm gonna have to buy something for counters. So I'll probably just get some printed, like card stock counters for damage. It makes it easier. I'll probably get like a poison stock counter done. I got a lot of stuff on the list that I have to get for this stuff. It looks simple, but it's not, or it's a TCG, so it ain't gonna be simple. Yeah, it's always, like, Pocket TCG was so simple at the start. Everybody just ran Mewtwo, because he would just give himself energy after a while, and then you could just use his big 150 attack after, like, 4 turns. But, like, now it's a completely different game. When I was playing Teppen, when it first launched, bro, I was in there, I was running stun, I was whooping tail, I was kicking butt, and then it was just like, if you switch out a character and this character dies, you get +2 attack, and then this character also gets to switch out at the same. It's like, bro, what are we doing? Gameplay or something? I mean, I was looking to make a demonstration, or possibly. Yeah, I can try it. We can see how bad it is together. Hold up. With the Dynasty Warriors music, right? Let's do. Who do I have here? Bomber Girl. I'll like go through like what a turn should look like. That would make more sense. Let's do Pirate, because I'm probably gonna run Pirate. Big boo big pirates. There you go. Sorry, I got stunned. I was looking there. And then I would probably end up running 2 types of deck. That's what I feel like. Let me go Fencer. Those 2 here, and then you already have a defensive card. Let's make them like a weird stun deck. Let's make them like a... What's her face? But we can't see the top of her card because it's flipped over the other way. But you understand what it's supposed to look like. It's a lot more extra energy. The only issue is I don't have the other stuff written down, so you kind of a pain in the butt. Let's go Archer here, yeah. So, let's say this was like turn 1, right? Turn 1. Let's get rid of all the... Oh, where'd I throw it up? Let's get rid of all the extra. So we rolled. We'll go. We rolled dice or whatever. Oh my God! The opponent goes first. You just have to keep track of who goes first. This is now labeled as turn 1. So turn 1, we know the Maid's ability is -10 to all attacks. Or at least all the like stated attacks. So attack 1, their base attack is not there. And then she's got 10 damage here, and then 15 damage here. And then mine is the -20 on switch in. Yeah. And then I don't have the new girl stuff memorized. I have it written down. So -20 on switch for my opponent. Then it is 25 and 30, and then this one also applies a burn for 2 turns. Yeah. So, it'd be her attack first. This would be a bad thing to sit in on because I have the type effectiveness against her since I'm ranged. So all my attacks are going to do +20 to her. So let's just act like this is kind of a stupid opponent. So I have minus that 10 there, but I still have my +20 on a hit. So there's that. So let's say she goes with her heaviest hits. Right now, it currently doesn't have a second ability, so she hits me for 15. Bunny Girl's 165, so now she's down to 150. Yeah. Now it's my turn. I'm pissed that you did that. I'll throw an item card back up, even though it's a waste of an item card because that's plus 30 health. So I'm back at 165 again. Freak you. And I'm going to use my heavy attack. Heavy attacks can't get comboed. So I do 30, which is actually minus 50. And then, what is it going to say? And then now she's got burn on her. Yes. Ooh, I guess it didn't answer whether or not it's the end of turn. Let's go end of turn. Let's go with that. So she got burn. Ow. So she's at 300 health. It went down to 250. So she's really tanky. And then now she's got minus 10 on her. So the clock is mildly chipping down on her. So minus 10 for this turn, or the end of the turn. Now she's at 240. So that was turn 1 and turn 2. Now we're on turn 3. She goes, ah, man, this isn't really working. So what I'll do is, yeah, I might have to make the other one subtract to minus 10, or minus 10, not minus 20. All right, so we'll do this. She does her attack 1. There's a chance mechanic. She gets the chance. So now she gets 30 damage on me. And if I make it minus 10, that means she does 20 damage. So now she gets 20 damage on me. So now I'm back at 145. I don't have this card anymore. I might have drawn a card, but we're just going to act like it's not my other meat bun. You also don't want to waste all your meat buns because that's all you get. You only get the 2. So now I'm at minus 45. She takes another burn, so now she's at 230. I'm going to go for my first attack since I've already applied the burn. There's no need to go again. So now I go for my normal attack. Let's say I chance it and I get times 2. So now this attack turns into, what does it say? It turns into 50 plus 20. So now we have a 70 attack. Oh my god, she's taking a lot of chip. So now this is 160, and then she loses 10 on this turn. So now she's at 150, and we're almost even. So it's working the way it's supposed to right now. The range character is whooping the defense character. Yeah. Oh, I guess the only thing I'm minus 40, so I should because she gets minus 10 on combos. Chip Guilty Gear. Oh no, I forgot 2 things. Sorry, this is my first time doing this. I forgot 2 things. Because she still has her minus 10 on all attacks. So, kind of ignore what I did. The damage should be a little lesser. Regardless, it doesn't really matter. She went from 300 to 150 in 4 turns. So that's important. And the character that has 165 health is at 140. So she barely took any damage. So it's working. I didn't do it correctly. But it's there. It's working. Yada, yada, yada. Yeah. Now at this point, she might want to switch out. She's at 150 for her character. She's got burn still applied to her. Let's just act like she did. And now we're going to be on a little bit more even footing. So she goes to the Ninja Girl. Ninja Girl's here. We're going to go over all her stuff. We're going to grab the Maid card. I'm just going to, yes. I'll grab the Maid card. I'm going to move her over. So all the Maid stuff still applies. She is... What? What? Why'd you make more? I hate this thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay, alright. So she goes here. Let me put her above everybody so we can see the stuff. Yeah. There, so she still has 150 health. Yeah, and then she still has the burn on her. So unless they use an item card to cleanse, which by this point I would assume you would try to do that, but if she uses, or she doesn't use it, she's still getting minus 10. So she's still there. Our ninja's in here. I think she's 150. She's 150, I'm pretty sure. Wrong page. She's 150. I know her ability is anti-switch, so now my bomb girl cannot switch out for 3 turns. This can't be stacked, mind you. So once the 3 turns are up, she'd have to restart it again. can't stack. She can't keep switching in to get like -6 turns. It'd be ridiculous. So that's there. Yeah, we say she got that roll. There was a roll for it. So now I'm stuck for 3 turns. I can't switch. Stuck. And she decides, you know what? Freak you. I'm going 30 damage, and I'm dropping poison on your behind. So now I lose that, and I'm poisoned. So bubble, bubble, poison, just like in Pokemon. And now I'm losing -10. Oh, freak. I'm at 100. Now we're kind of band for band. Who's hurting each other the most? Yeah? Oh, actually, that was the defense mechanic. So now she's -30. Because she's got anti-20 on switching, which discourages you from switching. She's -30. What was it gonna at? So now, I might try to apply burn, because I can't switch out. So I'm gonna hit her for 30, go -30 here, and then I add the burn to her. And now we're both losing 10 at the same time. So now she's at 110. Yeah. She's at 110. I lose another one, so now I'm at 90. She goes, alright, freak this. I'm getting real tired of you, and it's my turn for this. She goes to attack 1. She lands a 3. So now she's got 75 damage. Oh no, she just lost 75 damage. And we both take our active hurt, so she goes down another 10. She's at 100. I take mine, and now I am at, oh my god. Am I at 5? Hold on, wait. Yeah, I'm at 5 health. I have 5 health left. I might cleanse myself now, but I'm at 5 health. I go back to her, I go, freak you, but I roll a miss. So I miss my turn. No 25 hit. I just miss completely. You have a 3 out of 4 chance to do damage, so a miss is really unlucky. And then now she goes back in. Bang. There goes Mama Girl. There's like a round, like a couple of rounds. I did not do complete turn count, but I don't think the flow is like, I don't think it's hard to follow. The abilities might be a little bit, but that's just because none of us are very used to the abilities yet. So, and on the digital version of the game, since the abilities should auto-proc, you're not going to have to think about it in the game version. In the TCG game, just like any TCG, you're going to have to remember these things. So, poison somebody, you got to put another poison stamp down. Burn somebody, you got to do that. You stun them, you got to put the stun chip down. Yeah. Did I lose you guys? Was that too crazy? Did someone's brain explode? Somebody's brain explode? I think this is a pretty solid game so far. Also, did I say hello to Pride? I think I said hello to Pride, right? He said that earlier. Every time he says hello, Pride, and there's the Pride symbol, I think that's funny from Darius. Darius, anybody else? Chip? Nope. Okay. Spoons is panicking and screaming and running around. So yeah, that's the other fun part about not knowing what your opponent is bringing outside of one card. Is it makes everything a lot more dangerous. It's the same way in like Beyblade. Beyblade, you have to use 3 Beyblades and you hide 2 of them. So you could just get screwed because another guy's running a defense card or a defense Beyblade and you're running attack. Gotta panic when you're down to 5 health. Yeah, and you have options to deal with stuff, at least in the first half of the game. If you're smart, you might want to hold on to your stuff a little longer, so that way you're not immediately dying. But that's there. Let me also add the active turn portion. The only thing I have to make sure I do for all the rules is I have to write all of them down, because I know people are going to be like, wait, what do I do when the poison happens and it's my turn? It's like it's still an active. Poison on all active turns. Poison, burn on all active turns. Luckily right now the rule book is more of a rule sheet, so that's nice. Actions finalized, or your turn is finalized with an attack. 1 support card a turn, so that doesn't become OP. Right now I have it on 3 items a turn. You can't just burn all of them. Switch cost health, 10 for everybody else except the range. Range is 5. Switching does not end the turn, so you can switch in and then attack. Buffs only affect the first hit, they don't affect the rest of the combos. Once a light attack is picked, you do your counter moved, or I'll get that later. The effective chart is +10. I'm definitely going to make it -10 for the hits, because I think -20 is a little crazy. It means defenders can't attack at all, so that's an actual change that's necessary. To do that, it would have to be type dependent. Status effects stay unless they're cleansed, but they're paused if they're not the active character. Players use 3 characters, only have to show 1 at first. What is it? Burn on all active. Why did I write that so badly? I wasn't able to read that. All active turns. No double combos on heavy attacks, because that would be ridiculous. Defenders. You never know. Attack types, you might get that. I might loosen the rules on you. Who knows? I gotta see how you play into them. Defenders get -10 on combo damage, so they don't get hurt as much from combos. And they also, if you roll or get a